The magnitude 7.8 earthquake brought down whole apartment blocks in Turkish cities and piled more devastation on millions of Syrians displaced by years of war. There are 12 families trapped here and no one managed to get out. They are all inside here. So far, no one has come here to see where people are. There is no civil defense. We've been working with our hands since 3 a.m. The second family, the ceiling had directly fallen on them. The father and his 1.5-year-old daughter's condition is nearly stable. The father is feared to have broken his back. His young daughter is fine. His pregnant wife, his 5-year-old daughter and his 4-year-old son have all been killed. Reuters footage showed the widespread destruction at the epicenter of the earthquake, Kahramanmaraş city in Turkey, where people rushed to reach survivors under the collapsed buildings. The worst tremor to strike Turkey this century, it came before sunrise in harsh weather and was followed in the early afternoon by another large quake of magnitude 7.7. The second quake was big enough to bring down more buildings and, like the first, was felt across the region, endangering rescuers struggling to pull casualties from the rubble. It was not immediately clear how much damage had been done by the second earthquake, as rescue workers continued to struggle to pull casualties from the rubble in bitter weather. We took over in the doorways, but the intensity was too high. As soon as the shaking slowed down, we threw ourselves outside. By dawn, we started looking for our relatives. We have losses and there are several people that we still can't reach. At the moment, 2 voices are coming from the rubble. Search and rescue teams are working. We are in immense pain. In Turkey, the death toll stood at 1,541. Vice President Fuat Oktay said at least 928 people were killed in Syria, according to figures from the Damascus government and rescue workers in the northwestern region controlled by insurgents. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan has said that 45 countries have offered help with search and rescue efforts, but he could not predict how much the death toll would rise as rescue efforts continued. We have received several calls for international aid to our country. Offers of assistance from 45 countries, including NATO and the European Union, have reached us. Poor internet connections and damaged roads between some of the worst-hit cities in Turkey's south, home to millions of people, hindered efforts to assess and address the impact. Temperatures in some areas were expected to fall to near freezing overnight, worsening conditions for people trapped under rubble or left homeless. Rain was falling on Monday after snowstorms swept the country at the weekend. It is already the highest death toll from an earthquake in Turkey since 1999, when a tremor of similar magnitude devastated the heavily populated eastern Marmara Sea region near Istanbul, killing more than 17,000.